I've looked at how to tell if something was a function given a table or an arrow diagram, but I've been very vague on how to tell if it's a function if we have more information than that, or different information. So now I'm going to look at determining if something's a function given its graph or given the equation. So I'll start with the graph. For the graph, we're going to use something called the vertical line test. And what this says is if I have some graph of my function, and I draw a vertical line, I should never intersect that function more than once for any vertical line that I decide to draw. So let's look at some more examples. Here I have an ellipse, and you'll notice anytime I draw a line, a vertical line, I actually intersect the graph twice. So this would be not a function, because I have a vertical line that intersects more than once. And that is a problem with my vertical line test. If I look at something like this, I can draw vertical lines. You'll notice no matter which one I draw, that line intersects my graph at most once. So this would be a function. If I look at this one, once again, any line segment that I draw, any vertical line segment, intersects this graph at most one time. So once again, this would be a function. And finally, this one, I notice that there are vertical lines that I can draw, like this one right here, that intersects this graph 4 times. So this one is not a function. Now that I've looked at graphs, what happens if I only have the equation and I don't want to go through the trouble of graphing it? Well, an equation represents a function if I can solve for y and get only one response. So as an example, I have y minus x squared is equal to 1. Well, I can add x squared to both sides, and I get y equal to 1 plus x squared. So this would be a function since I was able to solve uniquely for y. For my next one, x squared plus y squared equal to 9. Well, if I try to solve for y, I'll subtract both sides by x squared. I get y squared equal to 9 minus x squared. And then in order to isolate y, I need to take the square root. But when I do, I take plus and minus the square root. And this indicates that this is not a function, because whenever I solve for y, I should get exactly one equation, but I got 2 here, the positive square root and the negative square root. So this would be an example of something that is not a function.